Welcome back, humans! I'm back with another middle of the week vent session, and that's right, I'm here. This is meant to vent, and welcome to Hime Time Vision. and like I said, when you're at it, turn on those notifications so you never miss an episode because I do some twice a week. And today is a very special episode, and I'm kind of excited because I haven't done one in a while, and they're always super fun. Today is going to be another Ventspiracy. That's right, humans. It's all about some conspiracies. So I thought I would have some fun with them because they're a lot of blasts. You know, they're super entertaining. They're like the best drama out there. You know what I'm saying? You can go in any rabbit hole on any topic. You can just search something and let like the search bar like finish your sentence. You know what I'm saying? It could be like crazy and it'd be like ass videos. You know what I'm saying? And it was that, and it was you'll have a blast. You know what I'm saying? So I found some good ones to talk about, and I wanted to talk about one last time, but I ran out of time. I thought I was going to do it, and I forgot about it. So I'm going to bring that one up too, like, you know, because there's, like I said, there's some good ones going out there. And not that they're like, you know, I believe in them or anything, but they are blasted and be entertained about. And if they ever were true, like, you know, they got a list of some that were conspiracies that became true. You know what I mean? If these wild ones were true and stuff like that, it'd just be another wild shit. You know what I'm saying? This is scary. You know what I'm saying? But a couple of these that I'm going to talk about today are pretty realistic and happening, and they are scary because they're coming. You know what I'm saying? That shit is happening. But some of them are silly. So here we go. New assassins don't need guns. Not only they need them, they don't use guns. That's right, humans. The new assassins don't use guns. I mean, obviously, you see what happened, and a few months ago. You know what I'm saying? Like they they were just digitally assassinating people like left and right. You know what I'm saying? They was like, I mean, they were just taking you out, and with like digitally just taking you out of places, trying to just wipe you off. You know what I'm saying? They did the last prez. They were just like wiping them off places. You know what I'm saying? It was just erasing them. You know what I mean? It's just crazy because now the things he was talking about that was crazy are not so crazy now, are they? I mean, a lot of shit was still crazy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say like, oh, shit was right? I'm not saying that. No. Don't get me wrong there. I'm not saying that. But he was saying some shit about where it was coming from, and everybody was saying, oh, you're crazy, and they were like silencing him from saying that it wasn't coming from there. But now, you know what I'm saying? People are starting to talk about it. It's getting, like I said, the blood's in the water. Sharks are swimming. All the media sharks are gathering more of this data that they already had. And now they're allowed to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? That it did come from this certain place. Oh, this guy, you know, wasn't bullshitting when he said it came from there. And he was talking about it way in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And so they got Fauci out there fucking on the court. They got him in front of fucking people under oath having to fucking answer questions about shit. Because I guess where it came from, he had part of funding in that place. That's fucking wild. So they said back in the day, you know, they used to make these things for weapons or something like that. And they got them shut down. And I don't know how they got back open. But my man was over there going back into his mad scientist world. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what are you doing today? You know what I'm saying? Trying to take over the world. That's fucking his crazy ass. So I guess they had him answering some crazy questions about where it really came from. You know what I'm saying? You could say where it came from. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe it. You know, but like I said, it's wild because like just a little while ago, like a few months ago, and when this all started, like a year ago, you know, you weren't allowed to say that. You weren't allowed to say a word about it. And now you can talk all about it, all you want. You know what I'm saying? Now you can say that's it. And now everybody's just like was so like, you're fucking stupid, you're crazy. And now everybody's going to be like, I knew it. You know, that's going to be everybody's like those bandwagon people. Like you got bandwagon fans, you got bandwagon humans, and they're going to do the same thing. I'm sorry if it's you out there, but you know that's what's going to happen. You're going to be like, I knew it all along. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, why? Because the other guy was saying it? No, I just knew it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never knew that place even existed until it came out of them people's mouth. I'm just saying. And that's going to be a lot of people doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because for a while, like I said, they were already talking about this place. And now they're talking about it. It could be where it's coming from. And it's coming out more and more fact that it could be. That's interesting to me. It's just interesting because all the media, like I said, the same people that was all saying that it was bullshit, you can't say that, and they ain't gonna talk about that, are all the same ones saying, oh yeah, it's from there now. We got all this information and intel that it's possibly from there. And they're like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? They're saying it's from China. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I could ever say it normal anymore because of that dude. Or not even that. He doesn't really say it like that. You know, everybody that did impersonations or impressions or whatever of him, and they always exaggerated it super high. So I just thought it was hilarious. I think I'll always have that in my head. Like the song, like one of those annoying songs you can't get out of your head. You know what I mean? So this is some crazy shit. And this was, said to be a conspiracy back in the day. And now this shit is coming out to be not so much of a conspiracy. About a microwave energy weapon. That's right, humans. Microwave energy weapons! You know, like, you remember that movie back in the day, Real Genius, with like Val Kilmer? Yeah. That movie where it looked like the lady from Sex and the City played the young teenage boy in the movie with him. And they were like super smart genius kids. And they went over there and they were part of this project where they created this like super microwave laser weapon. You know what I'm saying? And they fucking cooked popcorn in the dean's house or some shit because they were going to weaponize his invention. Like this young kid was like Val Kilmer made this fucking laser with this kid. And with this young kid, and they were both geniuses at this special school where all geniuses go. You know what I'm saying? It was like the X-Men school. And they brought these dudes all together in this movie. And these guys like were working on he was already working on the laser. And him and the kid kind of, meshed their brains together and made it work. And so immediately they wanted to weaponize it. The military got word of it, and you know what I'm saying? And they fucking, pretty much stole it from these young kids, these young geniuses. Val Kilmer, I don't know how old he was in that movie. He looked like he was still like 30 in that movie. You know what I'm saying? Like I was talking about those immortal celebrities and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, now he looks like he whatever his age is. Good Lord, he looks as old. But back then, he looked like he was the same age for like a long time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened. They shrink wrapped him or something. And then the shrink wrap broke because now he don't look like that. I know this for sure. So they're talking about in the news that it was a real microwave energy weapon. And there was like over 130 victims in here in America. You know what I'm saying? That worked for the government and so. They were like directly targeted with some kind of microwave weapon. That makes me want to put on an aluminum foil hat right now. Because I don't even know if that would help. Or would it make it go quicker? I don't know. But there was like claims of this happening to some people, you know what I'm saying? And it was on the news. I was like watching this shit, like, whoa, this is nuts that they're talking about shit like this on the news. And they got claims all the way back from like 1996 and before that, And like I said, which brings me back to that movie, Real Geniuses. Those guys, like I said, they made this laser. And then you talk about, there was a guy from the movie Bloodsport, Frank Dukes. And they like got a bunch of, he was supposedly this awesome martial artist, you know what I'm saying? And there's like, at the end they say all these facts about how one of his legends of how fast he could kick and, all this crazy crap in his record and stuff. And then there's a bunch of videos that saying that he's a fraud and he's bullshit and he can't fight. And he's like one of those fake martial artist guys in those videos where the guys like can knock you down and not even touch you. They're just like fucking, yeah. And they fucking, all these people go and then, somebody comes to test it and it don't work and they get punched in the face for real. And you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, dude. It's crazy when you think about that stuff. That's all I've got to say, man. It's bananas. So this guy, let me get back to before I squirrel myself to another topic. This guy Frank Duke supposedly wrote this book, which can be purchased on one of your local area, one of your local companies that I won't promote because they're not a sponsor of mine. But anyways, it's a place that everybody uses, for shipping needs and things you order from. It's one of those places. You always order stuff from it, and you know every time you want to order something, you always get it from there. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, this guy wrote this book, and it was about a fucking laser that our government had, and they could fucking microwave you from space or something like that. They could use it from space, and you would be like an invisible microwave, and they could target individuals with it and fuck you up somehow. And I'll be like, damn, that's crazy. And so he wrote a book about it, and you know, I guess like I said, you can purchase it on that place, and you can read it, and it's an interesting, wild, book. You know what I'm saying? And you got those conspiracies that end up being true, and then all of a sudden, you know, you're hearing these movies, and then you got these like stories and these conspiracies about a guy. You know, this guy was like had this like legend background that, you know, like a Bruce Lee type of background. You know, this guy was some, you know, profound martial artist and all these things. Then you got people saying he's not, and he's a fraud, and you know they're trying to do that to other people. And but you never know now. You know what I'm saying? Because now they're saying this thing is like something they're using it, and they're just trying to blame people too. Like, oh, it's coming from here, it's coming from there. You know what I'm saying? They're like, it's coming from Russia. You know what I'm saying? It reminded me of that Pixels movie. You know what I'm saying? My mind was just like, we're going to bomb this and bomb that. And he goes, no, the game is Galaga. He's like, well, we're going to fucking bomb Galaga. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. They're just like going and pointing fingers at who did it and shit. But it's just nuts if that stuff is happening. I hope that is a conspiracy, because that'd be nuts. Because now, like, if they got people, like right now, they're trying to like silence a lot of people, and you feel like you don't have your freedom of speech. You know, it's like you got to watch what you say. You got to watch what you joke about. You got to watch anything. You know, everything's real wishy-washy, and like, you know, like you got to walk on eggshells kind of. But so you wonder about that. Like if you were saying too much, or you going, you know, you're talking about too many things that they didn't like, you know, they didn't like to hear. You know, and say you were saying a little too much, or let's say you put together all these like crazy wild facts just from things you already read. And then you just put together your own, like you created this, you know, your own kind of thing, like your own big conspiracy kind of thing from all these like newspaper or magazine articles and internet articles and online shit like that. And, you know, and it got a little, you did such a good job, you know, you got the attention to somebody, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden you're sitting at home and you just don't know, you don't feel right, or you're getting ready to cook some popcorn, like in the film, and your shit's already cooking. You know what I'm saying? I would start running. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be, I wouldn't think if it was right now, I mean, maybe you think it was a ghost first. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck's happening? You know what I'm saying? Is there a ghost or something? It'd be wild. You know what I'm saying? And you'd probably run. I would probably run. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, ask questions later and try to make it and wonder if the aluminum hat would help. You know what I'm saying? Because if they wanted to silence people, like nowadays, you know, they're like taking you off of social media. They're trying to fucking, you know, take your shit down off of, you know, take some of your content down. You know what I'm saying? Like all kinds of stuff's happening to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And it's just wild right now. So now they could be like, oh, your suspension can only last so long, or your you know, whatever can stand your record so long, and then they gotta let you back out, right? Let you back out and play. And then when you do, you're gonna keep doing what you're doing, and they're probably gonna be like, oh, that's enough. Let's go heat it up. You know what I'm saying? Then you're on the show one day, and you fucking just like bubble up or something. You know what I'm saying? Or like that one movie, man, I forget the name of it, where my man's fucking head explodes. You know what I'm saying? And people thought it was like a telekinetic weapon, when it's probably the microwave weapon. That'd be crazy, humans. That'd be scaring the shit out of me. I mean, that's just nuts, man. To think that they're doing that shit. I mean, then after you hear about those things, and it came out on the news or whatever, it's like, what else are they doing? You know, that's when you want to go look up some other crazy shit, and you want to fucking find out what else is going on. Like, what is this? What is this? You know what I'm saying? Like more stuff. It's almost like you want to stop looking after you find out what's really happening. You know what I'm saying? Like you would trip out. You know, okay, maybe I'm going to stop after like, whoa, what else is it? Whoa. You know what I mean? And it's just nuts. You know what I mean? So this one really caught my interest. And I'm really going to look more into this because, man, oh man, it's really, really interesting, and I suggest anybody out there, if you're not already doing this, to look into some old like zoology and some old like ancient creature books. You know, books like old books. Look into those if you can find them online, or if you can go to actual physical library and go to some of these old books, man. Because, oh my goodness, you will be amazed of what I found, and I'm sure a lot of other people have found, there were some interesting things like that people wrote about and drew and depicted through art because it was way before cameras, you know what I mean? And that's how everybody drew things, from the cave drawings to now. So these guys had these like artists depict what was happening. And they had all these strange like creatures, man. There was like these hairy like Bigfoot things or Chewbacca looking shit. You know what I'm saying? And there was these people that had like dog faces. Like they were like human bodies, but they had like dog faces. And they're in these books that they like supposedly were like interacting with regular looking humans like us and them. And they fucking like supposedly like had these battles and like eradicated some of these people. And these are like history books. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I'm like, whoa, man, this is like crazy, dude. This is like really weird stuff, and then I'm checking out, and these like people are writing it like this is what went down in this time. So then you see these other people in there. Like I said, there was these hairy ones that looked kind of like a Bigfoot / Chewbacca looking thing. There was these dog-faced people. They had like literally like their heads was like different dogs. And then there was these other ones that looked like they didn't have a head up here, but their face was like where they're on their torso. And yes, humans on their torso, like the eyes and nose and mouth were like in this area, like where the heart would be, like the brain or something. And it was so wild. And sometimes you find these old photographs and see pictures like with this big, there's damn pictures like with the big, like this thing looked like a pterodactyl, and you see this guy with this like big hairy dead Bigfoot thing he's got, and you see all these weird pictures, you know what I'm saying, of these old cryptids, I think they call them. And so you're reading these articles, and then you're going through these book pages, and then it gives you a little link to some photographs. You're like, whoa, what is this? So there is a photograph of one of these people with their face that was like here. And, I mean, it looks like a photograph. And I'm going to try to share this. It's really, like a bad quality, but I'm going to try to, share it my best. If it doesn't look good, then maybe I won't keep it up, but I'm going to actually give it a try, humans. And I found this photograph of something that didn't have like the head here. It was like here. And in these books, they were depicting like everybody was just, together at this time. And it was wild, man. It was this, and I recommend you guys want to have some fun with the young ones, and not, you know what I'm saying? And oh my goodness, or anybody that loves to read, you guys would have a blast with this. Go look at some of these books. I will have to fucking get the names of these books and maybe share them down here in the link or something like that. Man, oh man, it was just so interesting reading, and just like, I almost like I didn't even read as much. I have to go back and read because I was just amazed at so many of the depictions of like the people that, different species that were living together. And even in the ocean, like they were showing these things in the ocean. You see all these maps and you see these weird creatures they got in the ocean. Well, they had like, same kind of things, but these like creatures were like by the shore and coming out of the water and like all these, it was wild stuff, man. Like the way they were depicting what was going on at this time. And if it was like an exaggerated thing, okay, I get it. But if it wasn't, and this is really what it was, like, wow, man, like what happened to all them people? Like, where'd they go? You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened to them? It almost makes you want to wonder about like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, where'd they go? And so, like I said, were those like, and nobody really talks about those. Nobody gets to teach them about them in the history classes. Nobody fucking wants to talk about shit about them. Like, whatever happened to those kind of people, and nobody wants to, and you talk about the evolution and all these other things, like, where's their stuff? Did they, evolve out of that into us and they sprouted heads? And the Chewbacca dude shrunk and lost all the hair or whatever? I don't think so. But I'm wondering where the hell they are. And that's where the conspiracy comes in. Like, to me, this was like a conspiracy that nobody wants to talk about these things that are in these books. Like, they were written, way before the internet. Way before y'all could try to change, Things like that, like way before you ever heard about the Mandela effect. You know what I'm saying? Way before that kind of conspiracy shit. You know what I mean? Like why don't nobody talk about this? Why don't nobody talk about these dog-faced people or the people that had, dude, the picture is so nuts. It's a wild picture, man. I'm going to try to my best, like I said, to share this picture. If it doesn't work, I apologize, but I will try my hardest. And because it's like a really poor quality, but it's an actual picture of one of these people, another human of some sort, maybe. I believe because it looks like they were here. Like it looks like they were here every day. And those dog-faced people were here every day. And then when you look into the dog-faced people, which I spoke on in a previous episode, the women look like regular women. They didn't have a dog face at all. And they were together with the dog-faced people. And I don't know if they went extinct. I don't know if they went and hid somewhere. But shit is weird. And it's in these like history books. History books. I ain't even playing. History books. Y'all should check it out. Excuse me. And cheers. I don't care about these ancient alien shows anymore right now because they're all like the same episodes for like I don't even know how many fucking, 12 seasons? I don't even know where they're at anymore. My man's hair is still the fucking same. It's getting wilder and wilder. He's looking like fucking, turning into Goku or whatever his name is. You know what I'm saying? and he's like trying to like emulate him, but his body frame don't look the same. You gotta get more muscular. No, I was kidding. But anyways, I'm sick of that ancient alien shit. They should talk about this kind of stuff. I want to see these kind of documentaries. They don't talk about that shit at all. Like nobody brings it up. Do they teach that to their children at school? Probably not. You go into online school, it's probably not. You know what I'm saying? Just a bunch of work forms and shit right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, you should look up that. It's really entertaining stuff, man. And this shit is like history books. These guys was like telling it, like I said, way before the internet type shit. And they were talking about what they were seeing. I mean, could it be an exaggerated form of the way they were depicting things? Yes. But is it wild and entertaining to see something that way too, like from where it was in that time? Also, yes. So, I mean, take it how you want it, but I think it's like a conspiracy because I feel like they're hiding those kind of historical things. And there's a photograph, man. There's a photograph. And there's even like talk about like giants. All right. There's a conspiracy about giants. And there's a fucking old video post-World War, whatever, of a fucking big ass giant walking through Japan or China. A big fucking giant. There's like fucking video footage. And I don't know if this shit is fake or real, but this shit looks real as hell. Of this big ass giant walking through a fucking parade in a big giant diaper. He not even got no clothes. He's been a fucking baby diaper. And this dude's so big and his neck muscles are different than ours. Like goes all the way up to his fucking ears to hold probably the weight of his fucking big noggin. And then he's posing with everybody, dude. And he looks all way bigger than 12 feet, dude. And he don't look like the guys that are giant from here that can't even walk right and stand up. And fucking, you know what I'm saying, that they can't, the ones in NBA, I'm talking about the dudes that are taller than that, and they got something wrong where they can't fucking always, be like, no, this dude looked like he could like fucking do anything and like dominate and take over some shit. And I don't even know if that one's real, but that's an old, like I said, like post-war something, and fucking, and that's a wild video too. I'll try to share a picture of that shit. And I don't know if that's real or fake either, but it's entertaining is all heck. And I think people should talk about that kind of stuff, but they don't. And those are fun to talk about. It's always the same conspiracies. You know what I'm saying? It's always like the same ones. You know what I'm saying? They're fucking a meteor coming down. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what what the hot ones are now, but they're still talking about I'm sure it's the same shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it's the same damn thing. These fucking reptilians, you know what I'm saying? Aliens are all among us. You know what I'm saying? And government is coming to get us. And all this crazy stuff. Like those are probably all the same ones. But I'm just saying, this shit is wild and you guys should check it out. You know what I'm saying? Conspiracy or not, it is there, and it is, you know what I'm saying? It is there for your entertainment. And I recommend y'all take a dab and take a look-see. While I get onto my next not-so-conspiracy. This one is not so a conspiracy at all. Like, but it could be. It could be in the realm. Because maybe I'm like, overreacting. Maybe a tad. No. So anyways, my next one is about artificial intelligence or AI. So people are talking about how the advancements in the AI is going right now. They're using it partially. I don't know if they're using it like letting it go, or did they think they're using it partially and artificial intelligence is making us think we're letting it go. And they're just like, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? You're still in charge. You know, wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they're integrating it in too many things way too fast. So I've been reading a lot of this crazy things out there. Like I said, a lot of stuff out there. Just for, this wasn't like no conspiracy things. It was like just a regular science article. Excuse me. And so they were talking about how it's getting so much stronger, this artificial intelligence, that it's making patterns and calculations off our behavior alone that it would have, like, if they were to let it go free and it would make better, they believe that, well, it would believe that it's making better, like, financial, political, and, like, any kind of, like, serious decisions, like, better than us humans. You know what I'm saying? And that's what everybody's fear was, like, in all those movies, like Ultron, even Age of Ultron. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was, like, looking at all our history when he came to light. You know what I'm saying? When he was like, what's this? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Where am I? And then he started looking at the internet. Where am I? The Earth? Let me check out what's going on. And all he saw was this war. He's like, oh, no. Y'all the problem. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, whoa. And that's like what everybody's fear is. Because if it does start thinking like, and then let's say like we start using AI in the future, this is where it gets creepy because they're talking about this like for real. So they were using examples like, let's say they start using AI in more like in the financial realm. That way it shows like the best way with our patterns, like for America to be more financially successful for like as a whole country, as a whole. And then it would show you those patterns, right? So then it would show you all these patterns with like politics, you know what I'm saying? And like the way the society's acting and with the patterns of us, as a society itself all over the globe. It'd be doing all these crazy calculations. And it can do way more calculations than we can, just like a computer can, right? But this one's going to be like way, way crazier because it'll think. You know what I'm saying? It'll be thinking this whole time, like way, way faster than anything. And this whole time it's doing these calculations, it'll be like making, and let's say that they start making like right predictions and we start doing things better. Then the people, I believe, will start questioning, do we need politicians? Or don't we just listen to the machine? And then they'll start doing this creepy shit where the machines are starting to do everything. And it's like fucking, then the takeover happens and the problem, gets handled digitally. No, it's kidding. I don't know, man, but it sounds creepy. Because the way they're using AI right now, it's fucking nuts. They said there was a pattern that this AI predicted this girl was pregnant, and they told her she was pregnant, and she knew she was pregnant, and they knew that the fucking program knew before she even told her pops and herself. They told her she was pregnant, and I was like, what in the hell? Because I don't know how they were doing it. It was like some kind of data. They got like all this data together, and through the pattern, they fucking had a fucking prediction that she was going to be pregnant at this time, and she fucking was pregnant. And that was like that, and that's only the little things they little leak out. You know what I'm saying? Like they were saying that Stephen Hawking, rest in peace, had to change the program in his voice talking shit because that was partial AI. And they said that thing would start saying stuff or doing its own thing, and they would have to like rewrite shit. And I don't know if that's true or if that's fake, but that's creepy. I believe it if it has something to do with like the computer and the AI. You know what I'm saying? Like. Because they were saying like, well, what if he was saying like, we're going to take over now. You know what I'm saying? Or like if AI starts making all those moves and we start listening more and more and they pretty much take us over. I mean, how long would it be till there's human zoos? You heard that one robot say that I'll visit you at the human zoo. What if there's real human zoos? I don't want to be in no fucking zoo. I don't want to go to the zoo to see the rest of y'all. Who's to say I wouldn't be in the cage and y'all be coming to see me? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm just saying. Vice versa. I ain't trying to go to no human zoo. Like I said, if there's an AI creation, I hope there's a way to like unplug it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if any other way, we're in trouble. I mean, because they will think we're the problem. Like all our history, all we do is fought. Like that's it. Wars and battles. You know what I'm saying? And wars. You know what I'm saying? Civil wars and great battles and independence and this and that. This is all these fucking battles. There's like so many of them. You can't even. It's just all over the place. We're probably somewhere fighting right now. There's people fighting right now. In Israel and all this craziness. After there was supposedly peace going on there. Now there's fucking craziness going on, which I hope everybody's, okay out there. I hope everybody is safe. Because this is craziness. But let me get back to this AI creepiness. Because this is just bananas at what they're doing right now. Like, if they can make predictions like that in our patterns, they're going to definitely see, like, all we do is fight and all we do these things, and they're going to say that we're a problem. And that's where the fear comes in for me, on my end. I feel like, holy crap, if they go just through our history, and that's all it is. I mean, I don't know if there's ever going to be a time where, like, we'll be at peace. Like, everybody just not fighting, and everything's kind of cool. Even the news is putting, like, not bad news all the time. No crime. Nobody getting shot every fucking day. Like, it was just some weird time where we was just all at peace. Would we ever see that? I'm not sure. Because I'm sure there's a lot of good news happening, but it's not really what they promote. And I feel like what they promote is those bad things, and I feel like everybody kind of reflects it. I don't know. I'm no expert on this stuff, but I feel like if they promoted more positivity, I think more positive things would happen. Because I think times are changing really different. I think they're changing really fast. And I just feel like the direction is kind of getting lame. I feel like the direction it's heading is in a lame direction. This direction seems lame to me. Like lame as hell. Like lame as fuck. Whatever lame. It's getting lame. You know what I'm saying? It's just getting lame. And like the 90s was awesome. 2000s was awesome, and then it was started towards starting to get past the 12. Everybody was like, oh shit, the world's gonna end, and it didn't. So it was back to being cool, you know what I'm saying? Then it started getting weird and weirder and weirder and weirder. It's like after that Mayan calendar shit failed, you know what I'm saying? That's probably what they meant. You know what I'm saying? It's probably what the calendar meant when it was like, oh, the world ended. They were like, no, shit ain't gonna be the same after this. You know what I'm saying? That's what their calendar meant. We're done here. This is where they wash their hands. That's what the calendar meant. They called it the 13th Baktu. Or if I pronounce it wrong, I'm sorry, but I think that's what it meant. But if they messed up, they were trying to speak English. They were like, no, after the 13th, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? We're done. We don't want nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's what it meant. It meant that's what we had our time. Now we're done. After this, it's fucking whatever's going to happen over there. I kind of think that's what it really meant. It didn't, in their sense, it was like, here we go. You know what I'm saying? Here's the handbasket. You know how everybody says about the handbasket thing? Going to hell in a handbasket, They were just like, after that, here's the fucking handle. You know what I'm saying? We're done. And maybe that's what it meant. That's why you can't find them. They were like, we're out of here. You know what I'm saying? We did all we can do. You know what I'm saying? We gave you guys all the chances. And then after it was like, we're done, man. We're done. And then we're left with what we're left with. And now the AI is coming. And we don't got no chance. Unless they created a plug. Like I said, if there's a plug that exists, hopefully we can pull that shit. Because if not, we are in trouble, humans. We are, man. Because what the hell? That thing, if it can go through the electricity, you've seen all those movies. You remember Lawnmower Man. I know you remember Lawnmower Man. You know what I'm saying? Once he went digital, you couldn't stop him. You know what I'm saying? What was the other one with fucking Russell Crowe? Virtuosity. You know what I'm saying? The Matrix. You know what I'm saying? My man went through the Matrix. Once that shit goes like that, man, if that shit is real, like, if AI fucking takes over like that, man, it's going to be bananas. It's going to be the craziest thing ever. It's really hard to fathom. But if we're really creating this thing like this, like I've been reading, you know what I mean? That is some creepy stuff. And that could be in the conspiracy zone because of the AI would just be like, you are a problem. You know what I'm saying? Or what if they start, I was also reading on how good they can make these synthetics. Like they can create such good synthetic skin and things like that. And if they let the AI do it, they said the AI would probably create something so much better than us that we wouldn't be able to tell the difference of none of it. Now that is even creepier again. Like, okay, so I'm saying that everything we do, they're just going to do it better. That sucks. Like, what if they wanted to like challenge them and be like, okay, I'm going to be a couch potato way better than this AI. Could the AI be a better couch potato than the best couch potato? Or does it have to be something just intellectual? Like, it has to be something about like being smart. Because I would like to see if the AI could out couch potato the couch potato. Because how would you tell if the AI is even there? Because it's a digital thing. You would have to find a way to, firewall it in to prove this contest correct. If it would lose its mind and have to start searching or playing Candy Crush or something. Or spying on somebody for the government. The internet would just be like, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? It would cheat. You know it. Especially if it was AI, because they would know that you would, you know what I'm saying? It would fool the cameras and everything. It would make us fool like we were seeing nothing, like the James Bond films or whatever films. They got the security camera looking like it's still the empty room, and my man's fucking out there doing havoc. That's how smart they are. And we got to be able to pull the plug. We got to be able to pull the plug. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to pull the plug. And so lately they've been talking about aliens like a motherfucker, man. Aliens been coming out, UFOs. Even Obama came out and said like he knows that these things, I can't confirm it, or deny. You know what I'm saying? And he said that they weren't from here. We just know that they weren't from here. It was something new, something new. We didn't, you know what I'm saying? And he got briefed. And then they tell like Trump. They told him about it too. Trump freaked out according to one of these guys that like in the conspiracy realm, like where some guys leaked some intel, and they were saying that when Trump found out about the aliens and saw the aliens, or I don't know if he saw them like physically or personally, or if they showed him photos, or they briefed him with these files, or was he in a room and you know what I'm saying, where he freaked out, and that's why he made Space Force. They said that's why and making Space Force is him telling you there's aliens, basically. Everybody else, you wonder, like they ask every president, is there aliens? And like, oh, I can't tell you. Bill Clinton. You know what I'm saying? And these other guys would be like, I can't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, Space Force. We got an army now for space. You know what I'm saying? And that's wild as heck, man. Dude, that's basically telling us there's aliens out there. And then he's got a quote, and I don't know if you guys remember this quote. He said, space is a fighting domain. Does not that mean there's aliens out there? Or does that mean he just wants to go bomb people from space? Or both? I think it's both. Boom. I think it's both. He said space is a fighting domain. If that doesn't mean there's aliens, he started Space Force, man. Nobody started Space Force. It's basically, why do you want to go to space? There's something in space that he said he said he got freaked out about. Made him do all kinds of accordions. He had the accordions going all crazy, and they had to be like, what's going on? What's going on? And he was just like, Space Force. He had to fucking make it. He had to make it happen. Or it's like, his comb over was going to explode. It's crazy, man. But he said it was a fighting domain. That's bananas. And then you got a Vietnam veteran. Thank you to all the veterans and all the soldiers and all the people out there, people serving our country. Thank you all. I support you all. A Vietnam veteran was making claims that he was part of a team and he was like chose to communicate with extraterrestrials. Yeah, extraterrestrial. I'm suppose this is some stuff that people are saying is bananas, but this is the conspiracy, and this is what's going down. Take it how you will. Is it real? Is it not? Supposedly he would communicate with the aliens. And he said that if you were chosen, they would choose you, right? And if you were chosen, they would be with you forever. and they would monitor your whole life and your everything around you, like your whole situation, like everything, your whole lifestyle, like everything that happened around you, even everything, the people you met, so from however start when they began to the now, and they're still here or whatever. And sometimes he says that that he learned about how they can communicate without like talking, and he knew about like a couple different species and all this crazy things. And he was telling some wild. It was really wild, like very detailed and very awesome stories. He was saying that they had these abilities, like if you were in a pitch black room where you couldn't even see the hand in front of your face, these guys could see and tell you what the colors was, and walk through a room and without bumping their shoulders or bumping into anything. Like even if there was a maze or obstacles, and we would be bumping or walking over our shoulders and having all kinds of issues. You know what I'm saying? And so while this whole time was happening, they said they had all these kind of abilities. They said that, they say the color gives a reflection. There's what do they say? Whatever the light reflects is the color you see, which everybody's heard that. But they also say in the dark and things like that, if you listen to and connect with yourself, you can see there's a vibration also from things that would also tell you what color it is, or if there's an obstacle. Like they can and they had all these abilities, and I was like, wow, man, this guy's telling some amazing stuff. You know what I'm saying? So he was getting all into detail on all these different things that they could do and the way they would speak. And he said that they're trying to be around us without us detecting them, so they don't want to look like they're just talking through their brains to people looking at each other with their mouths ain't moving and they're all nodding and doing this. Like, look at these two crazy asses, because it would bring attention. So he said that they're trying to act just like we are, and learning how to talk like us. Kind of like that Resident Alien, man. You're trying to learn the way we do things. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that's another show. That would that would be wild. You know what I'm saying? And so he claims that he communicates them, and that if one chooses you, they will always be around you and stuff like that. And they might let you see them, or they might not let you see them, but they let you know they're around or something like that. I was like, man, that's another creepy conspiracy with the alien stuff. You hear so many things about the aliens. I wonder what other people out there, anybody out there watching, you can put in the comments, what is your thoughts on that Fire in the Sky story? You remember that film? And it was about that those individuals were out there, and the one guy got abducted, went missing for whatever, and he claims that he was in a spaceship, and they did these experiments on him and all these things, and then they brought him back, and they thought people were they got some people's lives got messed up, but because a lot of people didn't believe them. There was lie detector tests. There was hypnosis. Like, I guess he got hypnotherapy where he had some like memory recalls and told these crazy experiences, man. And so I just wonder what people think about that one, because that's a really interesting story when you come to aliens and conspiracies. There's a lot of stories of these elaborate, detailed, amazing stories of abductions and things like that, or even encounters. You know what I'm saying? You see these cheesy ones, right? But you hear these ones like this. They made films on it. There was books on it. The guy's, like I said, he's been proving himself so many times and again. The guys that were with him, been telling their story. And it's just wild. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I think everybody like us, we need to just chill sometimes before we, check the egos at the door and look into some info with an open mind. Because nowadays, it seems like things that we're talking about was bullshit more often are coming out not to be so much bullshit. I don't know about you, but that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm feeling out there. That's what I'm thinking. And with that said, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And like I said, turn on those notifications. I'm here twice a week. And this has been another episode of Meant to Vent. Till next time, humans. See ya.